Here we go. All right, ladies and gents, what up? It's your favorite Asian robot right here, and I am recording the patch notes for the First Descendant Hotfix 1.2.23 live in front of everybody on my stream. Now, before we begin, as always, if you haven't already registered me as your content creator, make sure you do so. Link is in the video description at the same time. If you guys have not yet gotten your custom waifu pillows, head on over to Anime Dakimakura Pillow, use code ADPRAR11, and get 10% off your entire order. Come on, don't you want a custom bunny pillow? And TFD devs, listen, you should do a partnership with these guys so you can get a custom pillow made, all right? It'll sell very well. Trust me, your audience are gooners. Okay, now, let's get into the patch notes, shall we? This is Hotfix 1.2.23, and here is what is going on. First and foremost, there's the Axiom Plains demo. You can experience it through the Season 3 Breakthrough Axiom Demo button on the title screen. This button will be available from today up until the next maintenance on the 7th of August, so take note of that. It will be a button available on the title screen, and I will be checking it out on the evening stream, so if you get confused, let me know, okay? Let me know. Now, the demo game structure, difficulty, and visual elements are specifically created for the demo and will differ from the regular update content. So I know that there's going to be a lot of videos that say, this is the best idea, this is the best build. Okay, what we are going to do in Robot Nation, as we always do, is we're going to actually only work on the content after the update is released. So you can rest assured that we won't be telling you what is the best immediately. However, we will be assessing a couple of things like nail skills, all that kind of stuff. So do look forward to that. Demo progress is not saved. Whatever you gain in the demo will not be happening. I've told you guys this before, but for anyone that was unsure, it's in writing there, okay? And whenever you restart or retry the demo, the Descendant settings will reset to default. So take note of that. You can choose to play one of 3 characters, Ultimate Bunny, Freyner, or Nell. Okay. You can preview 2 new ultimate weapons, Eraser and Exterminator, and you can preview the new Legion of Breach monsters, the new Colossus Wall Crasher, and 1 vehicle type. You can preview parts of the Axiom Plains, 1 hunting ground and Colossus Capture Zone, and upon completing the demo, you'll receive some rewards. Now, each of these rewards can only be obtained once, and what I will show you is the actual event page, okay, for the Axiom demo. When you join the Axiom demo, you get an Axiom Spearhead box. The rewards will be distributed on the 13th of August, so take note of that. The Spearhead box will give you a title prefix and suffix, 3 bike paints, 1 crystallization catalyst, 3 million gold, and 300,000 Kyber shards. The demo completion rewards is for completing the demo will also be given to you, and the rewards will be sent via in-game mail immediately after you complete the Axiom Plains demo. You will receive 1 crystallization catalyst, 1 spoils box, and the spoils box, as far as I can tell, contains 1 each of the boosters, unless the spoils box is different and the boosters are separate. But sorry, this is worded a bit weirdly, but the spoils box, if I recall, in the past contained different stuff. So the booster should be separate, but we'll see. If I'm wrong, it doesn't really matter because either way, it's free rewards. The other one is the demo survey. Okay, right after you complete the demo, a participant survey pop-up will appear. If you click the button, okay, and participate and submit your responses, you will get 1 crystallization catalyst. So make sure to do the survey after you complete the demo. Now, that is about it. So let's head back in there. So all of this is just a rehash of everything that was in the event notice. You can actually click here and go to the event notice. So you can take a look at that yourself if you want to. Link will be in the video description. Now, the shop has added the new Bunny Girl skins. So thanks to my chat, I will most likely be very close to affording this. I think I only need like 5 more super chats or something. But thank you guys very much, and I'll be buying this as soon as chat finishes my goal. But for those of you that are interested, there are separate sets for each lady. So unfortunately, it's not a universal set, which means it could cost you up to 5.5k caliber. Please be aware of that, okay? Now, weapon rebalancing. This is probably one of the most important things that we'll have to go through. So I hope you guys understand this. I'm going to go through all of them. And if you guys have any cool builds that you guys discover after this, please feel free to let me know either via my business email. You can let me know through YouTube communities. Post up your build, show what your build for these weapons can do, and I'll happily feature it in a video with full credit to you. Of course, after testing it live on stream. So several weapons did get buffed. If, like I said, if you guys come up with anything interesting, I want to know. Let me know if you guys got a cool, sick build that can take on some of the toughest content, like, or do something better than other Descendants can do. I would love to see it. All right, let's go through the changes together. The final masterpiece is the first unique weapon that has received the change. Some of the unique abilities have been buffed for this. Basically, I'm going to summarize it in that all of the AoE abilities of the final masterpiece have been enhanced. The base attribute damage of the final masterpiece has also been enhanced, and the weak point damage of the final masterpiece is increased from 1.5 times to 2.11 times. Okay, so do take note of that. For the Python, the attribute damage received a minor increase, but the Python is literally never used anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Excava, the attribute damage has been increased by approximately 30%. So there you go. Enduring Legacy has now received fire attack attribute damage baseline, which is pretty cool. And it now has a weak point damage multiplier of 1.85. This is actually pretty significant because it increases the damage of the Enduring Legacy overall. I'm actually quite interested to check it out. Now, the Thunder Cage has also received a buff. You will see the shockwave damage going from 200% to 400%. This is great, but the radius has not changed, so it's still a relatively small explosion. Electric Attack has also been added to the Thunder Cage, therefore upping its base damage and giving it an extra 9,176 attribute damage. Okay. Fallen Hope has had its unique ability stats increase, so when you hit an enemy that's inflicted with the poison debuff, your firearm attack will increase by 65%. The attribute damage has also gone from 4,741 all the way to 12,429. That's a 300% increase, which is pretty darn ridiculous, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. If anyone comes up with a really awesome Fallen Hope build, let me know. Divine Punishment. Okay. The attack up of the unique ability Glory has been increased. The firearm attack per stack is 0.7% up to 1.4%. This was the weapon that was mostly used with Yujin. If anyone can make a really, really good build for Divine Punishment, let me know. The attribute damage has also seen a minor increase from 6,906 to 9,031, and the weak point damage has now been given a multiplier of 1.56, which could drastically improve your damage, so do take note of that. Albion Cavalry Gun has seen its firearm critical hit rate on hitting an enemy inflicted with mark go up from 30% to 33% instead. The ricochet damage has also gone up from 32% to 39%, and the attribute damage has been increased from 5,119 to 8,217, which should up its damage overall. Now, the Secret Garden has seen a minor weak point increase from 1.5 times to 1.77 times. The Kingsguard Lance has seen a drastic increase for the Guardian Lance. The damage of the Guardian Lances has gone from 14.1% up to 40.5%. The weak point damage of the Kingsguard Lance has also been increased from 1 times to 1.25 times, so hitting the head might actually be worth it. Clairvoyance has undergone a similar change, whereby the attribute damage has gone up from 2,539 up to 13,362. The weak point damage has also been increased from 1 times to 1.45 times, therefore making hitting the head on the Clairvoyance worth it. Voltea has seen a similar change to its attribute damage, going up from 2,635 all the way to a whopping 7,650. This is a 300% increase. Weak point damage multiplier is now 1.19, and multi-hit damage for the Voltea has been drastically increased. It looks like they're trying to push Voltea into more of a multi-hit weapon, so I'll be re-looking at its build again soon. Nazeistra's Devotion. Attribute damage has been added. Toxic attack of 19,231 has been added to Nazeistra's Devotion, and the weak point damage multiplier has gone from 1.7 to 5.19. Hitting weak spots with hand cannons is now going to be very, very worth it. The Perforator has seen a similar increase, 2.25 to 5 times, 5.5, and the Peacemaker goes from 1.2 to 4.86. Also for the Perforator, the damage of the explosive scanner has gone up from 35% to 65%. Therefore, this is going to be very interesting to see how the hand cannons perform, especially as boss killers. So look forward to that. Now, for the Wave of Light, what we are seeing is a firearm attack on hitting an enemy affected by the unique ability has gone from 10% up to 20%. The attribute damage has also gone from 24,215 to 28,913, a relatively minor increase of what I would say slightly over 10%. I think it's close to like close to 20%, but slightly under that. And the weak point damage multiplier has gone from 1.8 to 2.32. Okay. Blue Beetle has seen a drastic increase in the attribute damage, going from 15,000 up to 26,000, and the weak point damage has gone from 1.5 to 3.9. Frostwatcher has seen an attribute damage increase, 16,000 to 22,000. This is not as major as before, but the weak point damage has gone from 1.5 to 2.81. All right, and the Afterglow Sword, the weak point damage has increased from 1.8 times to 2.76 times. It's not a big increase, but take note that the Afterglow Sword is a sniper. Piercing Light has also seen its weak point damage go from 2 times to 2.75 times, so Haley is going to have a field day with the Piercing Light. I think it's because they wanted to compete with the Atoms, so that might be the reason why. Crafting cores is now cheaper than ever. So they've drastically reduced the gold cost for converting your cores. So you should have a much easier time converting your cores right now. The costs have been dropped by about half. So you won't have to farm as much gold anymore. All right. Next is the event stuff. So Descendant purchase tickets and Descendant purchase ticket selection box obtained from the event shop can now be dismantled. Take note of that. In terms of UI changes, first clear rewards are more prominently shown. Okay, the rest of the stuff is not really important. They've added description text for frames and stickers in photo mode, but I'm sure that's not important to you. Okay. Change the notification message for party members when party leader modifies recruitment conditions. Unless you're playing in parties often, this is probably not important to you. They've changed the storage notification message to appear in the center when purchasing caliber from the shop. In terms of bug fixes, excuse me, they've fixed a minor bug for Deadly Cuisine when using Blair's Backdraft. The tooltip incorrectly displayed the number of small fireballs as 3, but now it's correctly displayed as 5. The rest of this stuff is not really important, but I really am very interested to know who figured out that Valby and Ultimate Valby, as well as Glay and Ultimate Glay, had changes in chest size when using the Oasis Party and Summer Paradise body skin. Who measured that? Because y'all are filthy, all right? But they have fixed that for those of you that were very concerned about the chest size of your ladies, okay? The other stuff is relatively minor. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that is important in this, but if I missed anything, let me know, and that's just the end of the patch notes. So ladies and gents, all right, quick summary. The biggest things in this patch notes is number 1, okay, the Axiom Plains demo. Okay, make sure you guys check that out. There are rewards for playing through the demo. The Bunny Girl skins have been added. A lot of weapon rebalancing has been done. Please, if you guys come up with some interesting builds that can do some insane stuff, let me know. I would love to feature your video on my content, all right? Or rather, I would love to feature your build in my video content. Sorry, worded that weirdly. All right, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you guys like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to register me as your content creator. Link is in the description. Don't forget to get a custom waifu pillow of Valby, all right, if you're into that shit. And last but not least, let me thank, okay, our top supporters who have done such a fantastic job of supporting us this July. Ladies and gents, these are the individuals to thank. They are freaking awesome. Okay, take a look at them right here. Top tipper CG Mayhem, but we also have Dan Wenban to thank. Top super chatters Lawbreaker. We have so many top super chatters there. Look at all of them. Gabak Dan, Jody Wilkins, Sir Tommy, George Tishon, Dan Wenban, Eddie, Princess Star, Leroy, Ronnie, Gypsy Warrior, Foxy Kim, Toothiest Wolf, Louis Acosta, Baron Von Crash. Top channel membership gifter is Arcane. Okay, thank you to all of our top channel membership gifters as well. These people are awesome. Thank you for keeping my channel in business this lovely July, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Enjoy the video, okay? And don't forget to register me as your creator. Catch you later.